Sometimes I wonder how I would be in prison, and I think I'd be a good
dog boy,
guard.
guard boy. You'd be the guard boy.
That's the only way I ever want to think about myself in prison.
Dude.
And just the guy in the fucking monitor thing. I don't want to be out there with these fucking savages.
Awesome. It is, dude, because I love, dude, in the summer there at the house, dude. That summer, was that our first summer?
Just jumping in and out every fucking hour and a half.
Yes, dude. I love just being in the backyard.
That's all you need right
chilling,
there.
Right? With a privacy fence, dude. Hell yeah, my man over here.
See that
That's
one?
all you need.
I know.
Shit.
I mean, and we had that at the old house too. And I used to sit back there in that with the water hose. But I mean, with the pool for real though, it feels fucking awesome, you know. And then we got the barbecue pit right there with everyone, you know,
This one's
the TV.
bullshit. This one is bullshit.
It sucks.
Yeah, you see all those people? Are they tiny people? Are they the smallest people ever?
Why, that's like 5 by 10 circumference?
The pool isn't that even close to that big. It's maybe like these two people on the right standing up. That was a.
What's the circumference? Go back to the right. What is it? 10 foot by 30 inches.
And look at all the people in it.
Damn, dude. Those are those sea monkeys. $139. But dude, pools got scarce too. Last summer during the pandemic, you couldn't find a pool.
Shit, I would imagine.
Are you gonna build one? Y'all gonna have a above ground?
No, I'm just gonna wait till I become a millionaire, and I'm just gonna buy people's pools.
Dude, have you seen those commercials for Publishers Clearinghouse? If you win, what you win? Have you seen how much you win for Publishers Clearinghouse?
No.
1,000?
Is that the guy that shows up at your house with like a microphone?
Yeah,
and
and all that. Yeah, that dude. Who do you know that have ever won that? Nobody, right?
Probably a scam.
Exactly, bro. Because think about it.
You're being serious?
I mean, think about. I mean, well, I know people that have won the lottery. I know people that have hit, and their family members have hit.
Yeah.
And then you hear about them on the news. There's even shows about people that won the lottery and they fucked up their lives and how lottery ruined me and all. Dude, Publishers Clearinghouse is $5,000 a week forever, and then when you die, someone else gets $5,000 a week for their life.
Wait, somebody in your or
yeah, you pick someone.
Oh, you pick someone?
Yes, like you knock someone up, and on the way out, they get it. You know,
what if they die?
I don't know. Then that's what they do. They probably murder them right after that.
Probably have to choose somebody
young.
Damn, dude,
that's crazy. But you know how much money that dude? You know how many times I would be on the news? Publishers Clearinghouse winner Edward Hernandez started a fight again today at this fucking bar. Fucking drunk fucking Publishers Clearinghouse winner Edward Hernandez wrecked his fucking Ferrari into a fucking another bar again today. Dude, I would be all over the fucking news doing stupid shit, and you never hear about them. Never. What are they? 1,000 years old?
Fuck, dude.
That's a lie, dude. When Ed McMahon stopped doing it, it was a fucking eternal.
It's $260,000 a year.
For doing nothing. I know, for doing nothing, just sitting around.
But I mean, I think a good percentage goes to taxes.
I want a lake house, dude. Now that'd be some fucking shit. Like just to go over there and then
on Woodlawn Lake.
Hell yeah, dude. Fucking Woodlawn.
Have you seen that big old
Medina
house on
Lake?
Woodlawn Lake?
No.
Right across the street from Woodlawn Lake is that big old giant blue and white house.
Yeah.
Dude, and I remember when they built that.
One of those plantation mansions.
It's like a mansion.
It looks like the White House.
Dude. That's when someone from the hood hits the lottery and says they want a lake house, and they put it at Woodlawn Lake. Dude, I remember when they built that thing in like the 80s. And I don't know, but it always...
You were there when they built that lake?
I wasn't at the lake.
Oh my
no,
God.
not the lake.
God
that house.
made it.
Yes, I was there. But yeah, dude, that's weird that they built that house right there, but you never see anyone there. It always looks like it's abandoned.
Yeah, that's probably a trap house.
The feds, the ducks. Maybe it's for the ducks, man.
No, you know what? No, that's a stupid thing.
Say it.
Medina and Comfort would be a good place to have
a lake house.
Yeah,
but remember when Medina disappeared?
Oh yeah. No, and it's bad. Apparently, there's a lot of meth out there.
Oh yeah, because you can cook it out there.
Where in Medina?
In Medina and those little the hill country places. Like you could hide out there in those. The sticks and
hills.
Yeah, I saw the lake, and it was like 2012, and it was like 6 feet below normal. It was something ridiculous like that. And you see all these docks like way the fuck.
Oh yeah,
there.
dude. Medina was almost gone, dude.
Yeah,
Medina was almost gone. I used to take my boat out there all the time, dude. And yeah, the lake was badass. There was boats everywhere. And then we went out there one day just to go look at it. And dude, where we used to put the boat in the water that was just dirt for probably 200 yards, dude.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All these bodies started coming up.
Yes, dude. Yes, dude. They found the bear from The Revenant. they found out he was murdered.
Jesus Christ.
Dude, I saw, if you've ever committed a murder, and which I assume you have, Raul.
Nothing can be proven.
Okay, well, check this out. I watched a show. Do you watch 2020? Do you watch those ABC? Like
I've watched a couple, and
I get caught up in those murder porn mysteries.
Oh yeah.
I saw this one the other day. This lady's daughter got murdered, and in '96, I think it was, and then they picked up this dude. They interrogated this dude for like 2 days or whatever, and then they got him to say, "All right, I did it," and then they gave him a life sentence.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then the mother, though, was still obsessed with seeing all the evidence and what happened. She wanted to know what her daughter went through. And
This
all
is
this
in
stuff.
2020?
It's on 2020, right? So, yes, that's it right there. So that dude on the right went to prison, and the girl on the left got murdered.
Mm-hmm.
So
Jeez.
the mom she wants to see all the evidence and just go through it and look at it. And she sees the interrogation tapes and thinks to herself, this dude didn't do it. They coerced that confession out of him. Like,
Yeah.
he didn't do it. And so she goes and tells investigators.
That's the guy that they imprisoned?
Uh-huh. He was in there like 20 years.
Fuck.
And so they new detective, by then those other detectives had already retired, and these new detectives reopen and start looking at it, and they said like, damn, but they have DNA. But now DNA is so advanced.
Yeah.
What they do is they take it to this genealogist. They open this bottle, and this genealogist comes out of it. Okay, and so she comes out of the bottle. Well, she gets it, and what she does, she gets that DNA, and she doesn't know whose DNA that is, but she knows that DNA's connected to like the great grandparents of whoever did it. Somehow, like that DNA is connected to great grandparents. So they start backtracking from them down. She narrows it down to 6 dudes,
all related,
that are the great grandkids of whatever DNA this is, and it could be them. It's going to be one of these 6 males that are about the age that around of when that girl was murdered and all this shit. So the cops start following those dudes around individually, trying to get DNA from them. One dude throws a cigarette butt out of his car while he's smoking a cigarette, and throws it out of his car at a light. They all fucking jump out at the light and get it, dude, and got his DNA. Another one, they're like, man, how do we get this dude? They find out that his tags are expired on his car. So they have a cop pull him over, and they're like, excuse me, sir, your tags are expired. And they're like, oh, do I smell alcohol? You know, and I know, well, do you mind blowing out? Mine. They got to get a voluntary.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And he's like, yeah. So he blows in the thing. Boom.
And
They just take they take the whole cartridge out when they blow in it.
Oh,
DNA
shit.
So they get that. He does 2
Oh,
of
yeah,
them.
they got to put that thing on it
Yep.
over.
So they get that. Another dude spit tobacco out of his car. They pulled over and swabbed it right there. Boom.
Jeez.
And so they ran them all, and none of them were. So they're like, what happened? And the chick's like, no, this is 100% correct. It's just something's going on. So she starts backtracking. This chick is good. She starts backtracking again. Why doesn't it match? Somebody in there never changed their name, or they changed it to something else that wasn't on their paperwork. So they followed that family line. Bam. Right till she found him. She goes, this person right here, that's going to be it. So they followed this dude around, and they got his DNA. I think it was through a cigarette butt too. And then his DNA was the one that matched.
Damn.
And they got him, and it turned out she had just moved to this house, and he was the guy that lived across. She had just moved there 3 weeks before she got murdered. And this dude lived across the street, and he said, yeah, that day, he goes, I planned on just raping her. I was high on alcohol and cocaine, and I was just going to rape her, but I had a knife, and I guess I accidentally killed her and all this shit. And he just confessed to it. And then that dude, 20 whatever years later,
God
they let him
damn.
out. But that chick from Ancestry.com, dude, she tracked that shit backwards, dude, and it said she's solved 150 cases like that already. So anyone that's committed a murder, motherfucker,
if any of your
they're
relatives-
fucking coming for you, bro.
23andMe.
They're coming for you, dude.
Shit.
Yeah, man. They 23andMe and 23 and you
I actually
going to
want
jail.
I want to do that. That 23andMe. I want to find out about like how Mexican I am because I know it's gonna come out.
Navajo tribe. You
Yeah,
fucking ran out of.
I want to know like the area where most of these motherfuckers come from.
What buffalo crack you oozed out of.
All that good shit. Where all the weed.
No one in your family's done it.
Where the weed? I don't think so.
My brother, my sister, and a few of them done it. We're like 30-something% Apache.
Oh shit, that's hot.
That's why you got no forearm hair.
Exactly. That's what it said. It
Maybe
showed.
why.
It just showed.
I might be Comanche or Apache.
Yeah, you know. I
What's
might
the
have
ones
to
that were
fuck
here
it.
in,
I might have
Texas?
to fuck Raul up
Comanche.
next time we show up to the podcast. Dude. I might fucking
Wait,
have to be hiding in the bushes. Oh wait, that's the other Indian.
Comanches in Texas? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
What about
Arkansas River.
I might be
It's
wrong. I
technically
think it's
North
Apache,
Mexico.
but I might be wrong. It might be something else.
Because my grandma was from Texas, but my other relatives were from northern Mexico.
Northern
Yeah.
Mexico. That's Laredo.
There's Kickapoo, Seminole,
Kickapoo. They're the gamblers.
Comanche,
Those are the gambler ones.
Cutout. I like that one.
Seminole. Those are like good at football.
Caddo. That's not Caddo. What are you
That's
saying?
Cutout.
Caddo.
Get out. Head out.
That's what it looks like to me.
Yeah, I know, Josh.
Shawnee. That's like my pet name for my daughter.
Shawnee.
Shauna. Shawnee, come here.
Shadi. Man, that must have been some tough times, dude. Running around bareback on a horse, chasing buffalo and dodging everyone else too at the same time.
Yeah, but they didn't even have horses until the Europeans
what
came over. So
Dude,
before that,
and they didn't have shoes.
Yeah.
That would have been the worst of it. I would
Yeah,
have been like,
well,
"Now I'll
actually,
stay here." That would've been
they
like,
gotta have like furry shoes, like
furry shoe, dude. Like
the ones
like
that live up
Uggs?
north. They like put like
Timberlands?
rabbits.
rabbits.
Just punch a hole through a rabbit and then get it out, and then you
Can
just
you
stick your
imagine,
hand-
dude? Just
Damn, look at this guy.
Comanches were some of the
feet-
best on horseback with bow and arrows. They could ride and
shoot?
shoot at the same time. And it wasn't until they called them the Buffalo Soldiers.
uh-huh.
And the reason they said this because they said their hair looks like the buffalo, and then they could ride and shoot their rifles.
I think you're just making that up.
No, I did this thing on Tan TV
Oh, did you?
with the
About these-
Buffalo Soldiers.
Oh, for Vance.
yeah. So I learned a lot. Anyway.
And the
Comanche
Buffalo
crowd.
Soldiers were the Black Indians.
No. yeah. Yeah. They were the Israelites.
Oh, white
The
man.
Israelites. I remember one time this girl asked
Black
me.
Israelite.
Yeah.
She said, "Are those Indians that were war with the same Indians that have the dot on their forehead?" I
Jeez.
was like, "Yeah, we
Like
need
that.
We need to stop them."
Yeah.
Like what? Oh, them shooting the arrow?
Yeah.
Like no one was doing that. No one thought to put the two together back then.
They couldn't do it at the same time to be
do
that
it-
accurate.
Then, hence, that's when the start of the drive-by. After that, the drive-by was invented.
yeah.
Just shoot up a tent, shoot up a
Plains
teepee real
Horse
quick.
Archery Association. Look at this guy over here.
Yeah, he's got them all decorated. They're like, shoot this hoto coming through. Fucking- I got the bright one. Like, shoot.
I don't think that was
They're
Comanche.
like, man,
though.
I hate going out with him. We're trying to hide. He's all loud. He's yelling with a lisp.
I did the 23andMe for my grandma. I did it. My cousins did, and she found out she was 4% African.
That
She-
lady looks like my
Oh
grandma.
yeah, that popped up on mine too.
Which one?
That lady right there.
What?
It's a dude. It's like, well, it
That's
still
Sitting
looks like
Bull.
my grandma. I don't know what to tell you.
It still looks like my grandma. Everyone's grandma starts to look like that at some point. That's what I'm telling
The
my-
eyes.
my
Look
girl.
at the one eye you can't see.
The
It looks like
intensity.
yeah, like
She just got out, dude.
well because they had to stand real still for the picture while it was like a 20.
It was
Yeah.
all burning, right?
No, those eyes were added later. They just were like, it doesn't. I can't tell very well.
That's a rug, dude. Who's that on the right? There? Is that Sitting Bull? They're all Sitting Bull to me.
I thought you knew you were talking about.
I mean, I can't think of what picture. I start to think Sitting
Yeah.
Bull.
Mine's got to be something like that. Something like 15% or 10%.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, it has to be.
Why? Because you like rabbits?
Yeah.
Are you
Big furry
are you a
rabbits.
hunter?
Fuck no, dude.
I know. I live too close to an HEB.
Ain't try-
like, dude, it's cold out there.
trying
At
to be
HEB.
cold, trying to fucking eat.
I know, dude. I took my friends hunting because my uncle had a ranch in Bernie, and they'd go out to, dude. We'd go out, like at 4. We'd get there 4 in, and my uncle would take them out there
Yeah,
to
that's
the blinds.
that's the main thing,
Dude, and it's freezing out there, dude. And I'm like, ma, bro, I'm sitting inside. I'll wait, and they'd shoot something. And then when you shoot something, the headache really starts.
Oh yeah, because now you got to gut it and fucking.
I mean, it is badass. I wish I was that dude, but I mean, at this age, it's really not for me anymore. I don't want to start it now because I'll probably like it. I'll like the mind game of it.
Yeah,
It's like playing chess. You ever play chess, Raul?
a couple of times.
We should play chess, bro. No, but
No, that's how I feel about tattoos. Like I can't. I'm getting too older, and every year that I wait more,
the pain.
It's even more like weirder. Like if I start now,
Dude, that's the way. How old are you now?
I'm about to be 37 in 2 days.
37, dude. Dude, every time you burp, I thought I smelled Similac, dude. I thought that's what that shit was.
What is Similac?
It's that shit that babies drink.
Oh,
Oh, no, but
The average Latino has 18% Native American
there you go.
Bill.
ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
Ow.
And 6.2 African.
65
ancestry.
European. That's got to be a lie. A
Spain.
straight up dirty, disgusting lie made by the white man. I bet you mine's the other way around. I bet you mine's gonna be 65%
1.65?
and 18% European.
I thought it was 1.56 European.
No, mine's gonna be 50% black
Yeah.
because I stay nice with it.
Because he be kicking the wisdom fool. What was I gonna say before you ran me off on a huge?
Right before you got us watching this white man's propaganda.
Yeah, Josh, man, Josh is pushing it right now.
I was just bringing up what you guys were talking about.
Did
No,
you see what they did for killing George Floyd?
26 million or something?
26 million to his family.
Oh yeah.
Do you think
I could only hope that my family was
got that much
compensated
money?
if somebody fucked me.
if they
fucking killed me.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. That's what I was thinking.
You said
That's what,
somebody fucked me.
I was gonna say fuck me up.
yeah.
Somebody fucked me. I hope my family gets paid.
Yeah. Hey,
I'd be like, all right, everybody, I'm gonna do this.
everyone
'Cause
pick
I
which
want-
car you want.
All my cousins to go to college, okay? Bring it on, Pedro. I'm ready for my close up.
Success. Well, I mean, yeah. Would you think like would you be happy like if you could like theoretically you're looking down from heaven going yes they got 26 million and be like that's it or what would you be thinking?
I would be like fuck. I wish I could be there to like enjoy it too.
Yeah, I'm sure he would. Because that dude had a tough life, right? Like he had been to prison and stuff, right?
And he was a porn star.
He wasn't a porn star.
Now he is.
He had done a porn
And now
video.
and now he's a star.
Oh shit.
I guess. Have you seen it?
But as far as like
No,
a tough
me
life,
neither.
what do you mean like a tough life?
Like, he'd been to
there's some people in
prison,
jail
he'd been
who
on
deserve to be in
drugs.
jail, and they have a tough life.
Yeah.
But there's also people that have been.
But he was
treated
out right now.
unfairly.
But he was out, is what I'm saying. So apparently, like the people that deserve to be in prison, I know I was in there with those people, and like when I got out, I was like, don't
Matter of
let
fact,
that
you
dude.
were one of them.
Yeah,
Don't be like I was in there with him.
Yeah,
you were them.
But after that stage, after
I
that,
was there with those animals.
yes, after that, I started feeling like because let me just tell you, year one, you're still a piece of shit. Everyone's coming up to you going, hey, dude, what are you here for? I used to rob jewelry stores. Oh, wow, dude, when we get out, dude, I know this jewelry store. Really, dude?
Damn, already fucking thinking about the
You're
next.
planning, thinking, and then a year goes by, and this dude is still talking like that, and then year two comes, and the dude's like, yeah, man, you could get out this year too. Yeah, I could get out this year, man. I know this place, man. My buddy's got all these drugs too, man. Really, man, we're gonna come up, yeah, dude. And so, yeah, and then then year three comes, and then that dude, hey, man, yeah, man, you still, yeah, man, I can get that, and you're like, man. You need to shut the fuck up. And then
Like
you're
halfway through this.
and then we're like, I don't know if I'm making parole this year, bro. Anymore, they keep denying me. And then year four comes, and then a dude comes up, hey, bro, when you get out, I know this dude. And you're like, Motherfucker, I'm beat the shit. I'm calling Crime Stoppers on you if you move to my neighborhood, motherfucker. Year 5 and 6, you're going to church. You're praying that God strikes down your celly. And you fucking. And in the 6th year, when you get out, you don't want to have nothing to do with these animals. These dregs of society that you
drive the speed limit.
Yes,
I'm born again.
Exactly, that I was forced to be.
And how long does that last? 6 months?
No, dude. When I got out of prison, dude, I got my mind right.
Yeah.
In prison, I stopped biting my nails. Which
I stopped doing that because of Corona.
Did you?
Yeah.
But I stopped biting my nails when I went to prison. Because I used to bite my nails rowdy. My dad used to give me shit about it, and then girls would notice, and just other people. I would bit the shit out of my nails, like all the way down, all the time. And then I said, I'm gonna stop biting my nails in prison. I don't know why. I just
so you can scratch.
Yes.
So you can scratch in prison. You need the nails.
Yeah. So
I imagine you gain a certain mental strength just from having to do this routine that you're like, I think I might be able to pull this off. And
yeah. Well, it's funny because when I first got to prison, they sent me to Middleton Unit, which is probably the equivalent of what Garza East or Garza West is, where people from San Antonio fall out. And since I'm from San Antonio, but I caught my case in Midland in West Texas, they arrested me in San Antonio. But I stayed here just for like 10 days, and then they shot me over to Midland. And from Midland, they sent me to a West Texas prison. And right when I got there, they put you in these little kind of mini holding cells. And I didn't know. I thought that's where I was going to do my time.
Oh, shit.
Like, it was like only like 8 people. It was like 4 cells. And so there was like 2 in each cell. And I was like, oh, this ain't bad. I can stay here for the next 7 years. Sit here and like no one fuck with me. I think like I can stay away from it. I can avoid people. Like I was like, oh, I can stay here and avoid people. I was there for like 2 days. And then they moved us to like a big old dorm of all these fucking people.
Is that the one that looks like a Bay Area for like in the military, where it's just a bunch of bunk beds?
Well, it wasn't like that. No. It wasn't. That's kind of like you see in those LA County jail things where there's all bunk beds. It wasn't like that. There is bunk beds, but they're not in the middle. They're all along the walls. It's just along, and the middle is the day room. So the middle, and there's tables, and then there's 2 TVs, and then the restroom area is on the other side of the wall where the TVs are up. So not there. The TVs, there was an indention into. And that's where the toilets, so it was like all these toilets right here and all these toilets right here.
Yeah.
The TVs are up on the wall above that. And then the showers were right here. So, and there's no doors on the showers. There's no curtains. There's no nothing on the shower.
The way it should be.
You can, yes. We need to see what is going, who's cleaning what areas of their body. So everyone's shitting or pissing or showering, and everyone's facing you too at the same time watching TV. Right above you. So you look down and you see someone washing their balls and ass and everything, or someone taking a dump, or you just stay looking up at the TV, because they do that shit to humiliate you, I guess. And so, but dude, I went in there and it was winter. It was November when I got there. I remember it was snowing, dude, in Abilene, and they put me in a dorm with no heat. And when everyone was wearing their jackets and thermals, you could see your breath, dude. It was freezing, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I was like, "Dude, there's no heat in here." And they were like, "Nah, how long has it been like this? A week?"
It's like a medieval cell.
No, it was a big dorm. And I was like, "Oh, y'all complain. Everyone's complained every day. They're complaining every day. They just said they haven't got to it. They don't, whatever. They're gonna fix it, but of course they're gonna fix it, but they haven't gotten to it." So I was like, "Oh shit." I said, "When are you showering? How are y'all showering?" He was like, "Bro, you wait as long as you can to get in that shower." Dude, it was freezing, dude. It was like you were showering outside, dude, in the winter. And so, dude, I remember going like, and you have thermals on, so, and then you start to sweat in the thermals, and you gotta wash them by hand.
Yeah.
Too. So I was like, fuck, after like 3 days of not showering and then feeling like shit, dude, and just been like, fuck, dude, I'm gonna have to jump in this fucking shower, dude. And you just fucking white knuckle that shit, dude, and just fucking jump in there in front of everyone too. You shower in front of everybody as quick as you can and get out. And then the towels they give you, It's like they've Scotch guarded these motherfuckers. Yeah, they're like pieces of plastic, dude, and you're just rubbing water all over yourself, and dude, it's just fucking horrible. And then you just get dressed with the same nasty thermals back on again because it's freezing in there, and then you just sit there and go, okay, at least I got a shower in, and you feel a little bit better for the next, for the next 2-3 days. And then they moved me out of that dorm into this other dorm. And then I was there for about a month or two. And then
they never fixed it the whole time you were in that joint that was cold?
No, they never fixed it. They just moved people.
You just left.
Yeah, they just moved people around. So they moved me to this other dorm for like 2 months, and then I was there for like 2 months, and then they shot me to El Paso.
Yeah.
And then I didn't San Antonio and El Paso were at war with each other.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, and this was 1996. So they shoot me to El Paso, and then they're at war with each other, and El Paso and San Antonio had already rioted, and they shipped everyone from San Antonio out of there because they couldn't get along with El Paso. So I get there, and I'm the only one from San Antonio on the unit now, and I stayed there for 2 years. I was there for 2 fucking years. I was a pretty quiet dude over there. Yeah, dude. But that's where I learned how to play handball, and not with the other guys like that again. But but nah, that's where. But you know that it was.
That hurt your hand. I feel like my hand's too delicate.
It probably is, bro. But yeah, Raul Sanchez State Jail, and then from Sanchez they sent me over to Pac 2 where Screwy Louie was at, where he said they beat the shit out of him. And actually, when Pac 2 was chill, dude, they sent me to Pac 2, man. I was like, oh yeah, I got there, and there was a bunch of dudes from San Antonio, and it was on, dude. It was cool there. I was there for like 2 years, and then they sent me to Beat 01, and that's when.
God damn.
Yeah, Beat 01.
That sucks, right? Just as you're getting settled into a pretty stable routine.
Yeah,
like, start all over again, motherfucker.
That's what they do, and people were like, "Why do they keep moving you?" And it's because of fucking Shawshank Redemption. Motherfuckers start digging through walls if they leave you there for long enough. You know, people start doing shit if you're there in one place long enough.
Shit, yeah.
People start.
I see what you mean. Yeah. So that you don't go like, well, I got 7 years. I might as well start scraping the side of
how far can we go in 7 years? You don't know if you're gonna be there in 6 months. You know, if they and then people start running shit. You know, people start clicking up, and if you're there and they never leave you, you know, they never move you. You could start whatever the fuck, you know. So they keep you there. They start moving. They move you to keep you all balanced and shit.
Damn, that sucks, dude. Because it's basically like, I think some of the shit that they're doing in prison, not so much like you were explaining that scenario of like the toilets and the TV. I don't think that's so much like humiliating on purpose.
Were you there?
Far as it's like, no, I don't mean that it's not humiliating. I mean, their intent is not so much humiliate you as much as like, look, it's just cost efficient.
Yeah.
I'm sure. They don't give a fuck about anything other than the bottom line of the.
Make it square. Put them here. It fits. All the plumbing's right here in one row.
Yeah, and in a way, it is them being evil, not taking people's.
Yeah,
fucking,
but then someone goes, man, you're gonna put the fucking TVs right under the shit. And they say, fuck yeah, dude. The fucking, you know,
The pipe to the other ones goes straight right there. It's gonna be just fine, dude.
Yeah, fuck them.
Because they don't think about who's gonna be in there and what's gonna happen.
And they're like, they'll quit coming back. You know, they don't like it. Yeah, they'll quit coming back.
Is that the way it looked inside? That's
right there. That is like in Huntsville, and Beetle 1. Which one are you looking at? See, in Texas, you can't have all that shit. That's got to be California on the right. All that shit hanging on the walls, like that computer. That's not Texas. You can't have that shit in
this. That one up top.
Yeah,
the big one.
Yeah, well, all that shit in there.
Like that, you couldn't have that.
Fuck no. You can't have all that. Those chicks on the wall, the pictures that he has, you can't have none of that, dude.
Oh, shit.
That's nothing on the walls, bro. That shit's coming down.
You know why? Because they're a bunch of fucking liberals.
Yeah, they're fucking Democrats. You can't have any of that shit, dude. Like, and everything's got to be clean. And their excuse, it's a fire hazard. Like, there's so many fires.
Pelican Bay.
That's California. And you know, in California, they got long hair, and and mustaches. In Texas, you can't have facial hair. It's run like the military, dude.
Whoa.
Yeah, you got to shave every day, dude. I used to make bets with people to see who could go the most days without having to shave. Because when you'll be going
That's
to
crazy.
eat,
I would have never thought that they'd be like, "Why don't you shave your fucking face?"
yeah, dude,
You're in prison.
you'll be going to eat or going to rec or something like that, and the guards are looking at you and they're like, come here, you didn't fucking shave, go back.
Or like that.
That's that's like Beto 1. Yeah, and see how that is? That's how your cell is in Texas. Yep.
Oh, over here.
On the right.
That one.
Yep, that's how you sell
Oh,
it.
shit.
See, there ain't all that clutter.
That looks pretty old school.
That's military style. That's how it is. You make your bed and you fucking.
I mean, like the cell, it looks like an actual cell from like
well, that's not
60s. And
Yeah,
70s.
that's the old school prisons. Like Beto 1 is like that. Coalfield, Darrington, Michaels, all
Damn.
all those units are old school like that. Huntsville's like they did. Huntsville's old, dude. That's an old ass prison. You feel like you're in a dungeon, but they got the best food there. That's Huntsville right there in the middle. Right there, that one.
This one?
No, go back. Right? Nope. You were on it and then you took off from it. Down. That's it. Yeah, that's it. But man,
This one's got a little catwalk.
They serve you good there, dude. That does it say Huntsville? That looks like Huntsville. But they're all kind of built like that anyway. But
Yeah.
they feed you good there, dude.
What about the American me style? That's from California too.
The American me style was
Like that
that's
shit?
Darrington. That's here.
Oh,
My buddy
wait,
Mark-
that's here too. Oh, they did it here too.
My buddy Mark, man, he did 14 years there at Darrington.
Fuck.
Yeah, the one that robbed the jewelry store with me. Yeah, he was there 14 years. Dude.
Oof, dude.
Yeah, he got a free
14
world. He
years,
caught a free
man.
world case over there, dude. He
A what case?
a free world charge. Like if he was out here and got a
Oh.
charge, he got stole by some dude and they shattered his orbital socket and he had to get shipped to the prison hospital to have reconstructive surgery on his face. So when he healed up, him and some of the homeboys waited on that dude, and he said they wore even masks. They tore up a T-shirt and tied it around their faces. Caught this dude when they were dropping the wings. See how it's 3 rows? He said they
Yeah.
waited at the end of the row because they all come down the stairs at the end, and that they would come down and they waited on the second row for the dude when he came down from the 3rd row, and they jumped him and beat the shit out of him, and they got aggravated assault charges.
God damn, dude.
So while he was in there doing a 35-year sentence, he picked up a charge that they were trying to give him a 25-year sentence, but the 35-year sentence was under the 1/3 law when we got busted. The 25-year sentence laws had changed. That was a 1/2 law now. So under the 1/3 of 35, that's what, 9 years and 9
Yeah.
months.
That you mean like that's the
That's
least
that's the least he could do before. That's when he comes up to his first rejection. But if he would have got the 25-year sentence, he would have to do 12.5 years to come up on that one.
Shit.
So he would have done more time on the 25 than the 35. So he was fighting, and so that's why he did 17.5 years on that 35. He did half of it.
I always thought it was crazy how like we have these laws that you have to abide,
We
and
don't
if you
have to.
break them, well, that's what I think. You don't have to, but if you break them, they have these strict things, but they're like very casual about the length. They're like 5 to 7.
Yeah, but you know what? Texas doesn't do that. Texas isn't casual about the 5. Texas gives you,
The exact number.
they give you 20 fucking years, 30 years. But where they're casual about is thinking, oh, like we were under the 1/4 law, and this is what the fucking district attorney, shout out to you, bitch ass district attorney of fucking Midland from about that time. He says,
Fuck you, Resty too. The tax motherfucker.
yeah, he says, I'm offering you 20 years aggravated at the time. 20 years aggravated under the 1/4 law, which means I would have to do 5 years to come up for
Another 20.
parole. To come up for parole.
Mhm.
And I said,
But you could still do more if shit went wrong.
yes, that's what they act like. When you come up, you go home.
Yeah.
That's what they make it seem like. Oh, you come up and you go home. 5 years, you go home. You'll just have
Yeah.
15 years of parole, that you could come back and finish that. The rest of you'll have a 15-year sentence if you come back because you've knocked out 5 of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's how it
yeah.
works. And you could come back and do 2 or 3 more years and they let you out. And then now you've got fucking 12 years of parole, and then you fuck up, come back, and you still got 12 years waiting on you, and
Damn.
you do another 2, 3, 4 years.
Yeah, but at that point, you're the one fucking up a bunch of times.
Yeah,
going
but
back.
and it is really easy to come back when you have that much parole and you've already, you
like the triggers that make you get
Or-
thrown
or-
back in.
sometimes it just sometimes it just happens. I mean, you are usually being a dumb fuck and going back and back and forth, yourself. I know people that have gone back and they'll blame it on everything else, but bro, you were smoking crack at the time, like you don't want to think about that.
But, I'm sure there's also situations.
But there is they got pulled over because someone else was doing something and you just happened to be on parole and they didn't want to give anyone a break or, and you were just like, dude, really? And they were like, not for real. And you're like, yeah. But he's always fucking
because there's some weird shit where, like, if they catch you with some guy that
or guilty by association, like even if you're on parole, like when I was on parole, if I was out somewhere and I met, hey, well, whatever, and we're kicking it, and hey, let's go, go play pool somewhere, and like I did that with a buddy, and we got pulled over, and he had been to prison too, and he was on parole, and I didn't know.
Didn't know about each other.
We didn't know about each other's backgrounds, and we could go back to prison just for hanging around with another parolee.
Fuck, dude.
Yeah, so that's another one that that fuck, it could have happened.
Yeah,
it could have happened. I could have gone back because I got a DWI while I was on parole. I got a fucking like he was saying, did it last for 6 months? When I got out of prison, I decided I wasn't gonna drink or nothing. I was gonna get my life. My wife had divorced me. And I owed $68,000 in back pay child support. She had divorced me, moved on, rightfully so, and thank you, and thank you. I cannot thank you enough. And I was blessed, and and she moved on and had more kids with her new husband, and so that and all this child support piled up on me. And I'm on parole, but I created that all myself, and so I was like, I'm going to get my shit right. And now I'm single, I'm in the best shape I've ever been in my life because all I did was work out in
Naturally?
there. Yeah, so I said, I'm just, focus on staying in shape still and getting my life back together. And so I started working the day after I got out for this friend of my dad's, construction in the sun on the west side.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were trying to see where I was at mentally. And so I did that, and then those dudes at work the foreman was selling coke to everyone at work.
Oh, shit.
And they were dirties from the west side, and then whatever. But I was on parole, dude, and trying to do the right thing. And these dudes, like at lunch, they were all getting wired and drinking beer and smoking weed. And, I'm fine, but I was fresh out of prison, bro. I started the day after I got out.
Damn.
And I had just done 6 fucking years, dude, and lost everything. I got out with a pair of shorts and boxers and a t-shirt and some socks and tennis shoes that I'd bought in prison. That's what I got out with. And everything that I had before that, and I was 32 years old. I had lost everything, including my family. Like everything was gone.
Yeah.
So I was starting from zero, and my friend, Matt Spence and Chris Crawfish and Paps, rest in peace, Paps. They were waiting outside of Huntsville to pick me up, and Matt took me to his house in the Woodlands, and he had some clothes for me, and then they took me to eat at Saltgrass, and then then I went home.
Damn,
and
how was that, dude? Having that first,
I was scared.
That first meal.
I was scared because they were like, "What do you want to eat?" Here's the menu, man. You should try this. Do you like steaks like this, medium? And I was like, "Dude, just throw something in front of me. Tell me I got 15 minutes to eat it. And get the fuck out of here." And I'm good, dude. I don't need to hear all that bullshit. Put a pitcher of tea and a pitcher of water right there, and that's it. And so it was just weird. It was awkward, dude. Having money, I hadn't had money. I hadn't done a money transaction in 6 years, And so anyway, I went home, and then my dad was like, my friend said he has a job for you. You want to start tomorrow? And I was like, yeah, whatever. Okay, I'll drop you off over there with them. And so, and then I was over there, and those dudes were like at break, and I didn't have a car, so they were dropping me off, and I was working, and then we'd take a break and at lunch, and they'd all be doing toots and smoking weed and drinking, and and hey, you want some knob, bro? And once we'd get paid, 2 of them wouldn't show up the next day, and all that shit, and then I got into it with that foreman dude about something. They were
just knocking off.
Well, I bought a car. What happened was, like 3 weeks in, I bought a car. I didn't have any money. I didn't have anything to do. I was living with my parents.
Yeah.
And they, I was in their house eating. I didn't have any money. I had nothing. And so my parents were telling me, just save your paychecks, which weren't much. They were probably $300 a week or something, right? So I would get my paychecks and just save it. I was all excited. I had a paycheck, put it away, And I didn't drink or anything. I was just working out.
Dude, you save a ton of money when you don't.
When you
go
don't
out
drink,
and party.
yeah. And so, I went. I needed a car, dude. Like I was like, I need to get out of this house, dude. I need to be able to. I couldn't go anywhere. So I save up like $900, and there's this little. There's like an 80
skateboard. Oh.
No, an 87 Toyota Celica parked in this parking lot up the street.
Hey, that's not a bad.
No, and it had AC, but it was an old car, right? And this is 2001. This is 2000.
That's right. It was an old Celica. I'm thinking of like a brand new.
Yeah, no. This is
right now.
This is 2001, and this is an 87 Celica, so 14 years old, which doesn't sound like much then. But if you look at that Celica now, you'd be like, damn, that thing's a fossil, bro. Yeah. It's like the B210 that Dr. Dre was driving when he was in Compton. And so I told my mom, well, they wanted like $1,200, and I was like, Mom, if I need a little bit more money, can you help me out? And she's like, yeah, I got you, So, because I was doing the right thing, I was working every day, just going home. They saw I wasn't drinking or nothing, And then so I bought that car. And I was like, dun, dun, dun. I was mobile. And then I remember I went to work, and the foreman dude that was selling everyone Coke was talking shit that I was spoiled because I got a car.
Oh, shit.
And I remember talking shit. They were just dicks, dude. They just thought I was just, because my dad hung around with the owner.
Oh, yeah.
And so they thought that I was the spoiled, that my dad, had money and drove a nice car. And so I was the spoiled son of this guy that just got out of prison. They were giving him a job.
Yeah.
And I was just an idiot I was the idiot, with these dudes. So anyway, I got into it with him at work, and he pulled a fucking gun on me, a drill gun. Pulled a drill gun on me, and he was like, I remember he had it like he was gonna hit me with it, and I was like, dude, I was in my best shape, dude. I was like, bro, I'm gonna fuck you up. And then I was like, I'm on parole, dude. I go, you know what, bro? I was pretty level headed. When I was in prison, they made me take all these
anger management.
Yeah, it's not because it was all because I had
not because I needed it.
No, it was because I had a violent crime. I had a robbery.
Yeah,
But everyone, it didn't matter what your crime. If you went through this pre-release program that you had to go through, we had to go through these classes too.
Yeah, like the army, you have to take classes.
So it wasn't because I had done anything violent, but and I had to take drug and alcohol, and I had never done drugs or I wasn't a drug or alcohol. I didn't have any. So anyway, so I was pretty level-headed.
Yeah,
and so I was like, you know what, dude, you're not even worth it. Put your drill gun away. Don't shoot me. And I split. And I remember going home that day. It was like 2 PM, and I drove up, and my mom was like, what are you doing home? And I was like, man, I was going to beat the shit out of this dude over there at work. And before I did anything and got in trouble, I just left. And she was like, well, what are you going to do? And I was like, my buddy David DeLeon, shout out to David, owner of Global Insurance. David had told me, if you want to work here doing insurance, I'll show you the ropes, dude. And
oh, yeah?
So I went right over to him. He started showing me the ropes. I went from making probably $900 to $1,000 a month to making like $4,000 a month.
God damn.
At my buddies. And this was 2001. To make like nice. It was like $3,000 to $4,000. It was steady. I was doing good there. Boom, boom, boom. And so I did that, dude, for like 5-6 years. But I started doing that, and my buddy Matt Spence, his parents are rich, like private jet rich, and they buy 2 new Cadillacs every 2 years, and then they give them when they're done with them, they give them to the kids. He's got a bunch of brothers, Matt does, so. Damn. And so they have all these. Everyone's got Escalades and all these Cadillacs. So he was like, "Hey, bro, I got an extra Cadillac. I'll sell you one. I know you need some help." So he sold me
an extra Cadillac.
Yeah, so he sold me.
Got one in the closet.
But he's white, so he even made me get insurance and write a contract and all this shit. So, but I did it. He hooked me up, and I paid him off. So I bought that Cadillac, and I was mobile. But I got a DWI. I had to call. I remember we didn't transfer the title till I paid him off, and I remember being so fucking ashamed because I got pulled over in my Cadillac. I didn't drink for 6 months, dude. And everything was going great. And my birthday came up. And I was like, you know what? I'm doing good. I bought this my Cadillac. I'm
deserve
making
it.
money. You know, I'm going out. I was doing good. I was buying myself clothes and dude, everything was going good. And then I went out and I took a couple of shots somewhere. I wasn't drunk, but I took a couple, and I had just taken the shot when someone was like, "Oh, Edward," you know, I hadn't seen him. That was the problem. I was running into everyone that I hadn't seen in years.
And they all wanted to
They
get you a
all
drink.
wanted to fucking buy me a drink, dude. They all wanted to buy. So for the longest time, because everyone thought I was drinking because I was out at the clubs, but I wasn't drinking. I was out to fucking mingle and meet people. I'd been locked up for 6 years.
Yeah.
So I was buying O'Doul's, but it looks like a Dos Equis. If you take, it's a green bottle, and I would take the top label off. And I would put I'd put salt and lime. I'd have a lime punched in there and add salt on it. And I would put a napkin around the rest of it.
And then women would let their guard down.
Yes. And then people would stop asking me if I wanted a fucking drink.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, nah, because it would take me forever to drink. Because you still got to piss and it's still the same price as a regular fucking beer.
I know. I did that in New York like a fucking idiot a couple of days.
I did that for 6 months, and then I drank, and then I got pulled over, and I got the DWI, and I was like, fuck, dude. I couldn't believe I got that DWI, dude. I thought I was going back to prison, dude. And I had 6 more months of parole, and I was done. Because I had a 7-year sentence, and I'd done 6 of it.
If they had taken you in right away, would you have had to just do the rest of that year of the 7?
I mean, yeah, they could have made me do 90 days and then let me back out. But at most, I would have done the rest of that 7.
Yeah, still, man.
Yeah, it would have sucked to just get out and go and finish off this fucking. Because you know what was bad? I saw a dude.
Go for a semester of prison.
No, this dude went for a semester of freedom. Dude, not even a semester, bro. This dude, we were at Pack 2. He was the dog boy, dude. He used to go out there and train the dogs. Yeah, he would he would go run at night. They have a dude that he works with the dogs every day, so I don't know, they get familiar with him. But they would give him a map, and he would leave at like 2, 3 in the morning, and he would run, jump the fences, and take off, and run out into the Texas prisons are always in like farm areas.
Oh, I get you. Yeah.
And he would take off and just run, and then he was supposed to wait by some tree all the time, and then the guys later would be like, oh, you know, mock runs, this inmate escapes, see if the dogs could track it all to where he goes. And then at the end of it, they would give him a padded suit with a football helmet, and he would run and fight. And they let the dogs loose on him to fight him, right? So he was the dog boy. And the dog boy, like, that's a good job. I had a couple of homeboys that did the dog boy. Yeah. The dog boy was a good job because I seen the dog boy get into a fight, and then
with who? With the dog?
Well, that was his job, but no, with another inmate. And then when he was time to like get in trouble, the sergeant jumped in and was like, "Nah, bro, that's my dog boy. He works with the dogs. I need him. How bad was the fight?" And no one, you know, a couple of punches with it on. Okay, we're gonna have him stop that, you know. And
you would think you would lose your dog boy privileges for getting in a fight.
You normally would. He was about to lose them, but they were like, "He's a good dog boy," you know, like good boy, good boy. They were like, he was wagging his tail.
He's a good dog boy.
He ain't gonna do that no more, right? No more, buddy. Are you? And he'd be like, "No." And so they would look out for the dog boy, you know, and like there was jobs that you had, like the warden boy, dude. The warden boy, he'd be sitting on his lap. He'd be like,
and he strokes him.
Yeah, he's like a little midget. Sorry, midget. I mean, big-headed people. He's like the one that's stroking on Austin Powers. But no, so this dude, he was a dog boy, and he made parole, right? He fucking went home. I'm talking, dude. I think it was like a month. Like, oh, that's the dog boy's back, dude. The dog boy's like a month later, this dude was back at the prison. And I was like, I thought you went home. I was like, bro, what, you know, I thought you went home. He was embarrassed, bro. He was like, I did, dude. I did go home. I got a DWI, and they revoked me and sent me right back. And when I got it back into the system, somehow the sergeant found out that I got revoked, and that I was back in prison, and he wanted me back working with the dogs again.
Oh.
So he got right back to the same prison again. which is good, I guess, but embarrassing as fuck because
Yeah,
everyone's
dude.
trying to go home in there, and this dude just went home and came right back because he drank and drive,
Jeez.
and we were just like, dang.
Did he have a lot of more time to do?
I don't think so. I think he was like doing a 5-year sentence, but he had done like 2 years on it, got out, was right back in 30. He could do another couple on it, you know,
Yeah.
no, whatever. But damn, that sucks, dude. That's the bad story of the dog boy.
God damn, man.
Ooh, every once in a while at night, dude, if you just listen, you could hear him.
Sometimes I wonder how I would be in prison. And I always think I'd be a good
Dog boy?
guard.
Guard boy. You'd be the guard boy.
That's the only way I ever want to think about myself in prison.
In prison, dude.
And just the guy in the fucking monitor thing. I don't want to be out there with these fucking savages.
Yeah, these fucking animals.
Like if there's a riot, I just want to lock it and have them go like, oh, and I'm like,
they're coming. They're coming. You better get back in your cells, dude. You should see some.
They're coming. I got off the phone right now. They're on their way.
I could see them. We have cameras. Dude, there was like this old lady, like there's guards in there that they just need warm bodies, bro. Like I swear, like there was an old lady. I forgot what her name was. Old, dude. Like she, like you could have just said, shut up. You know, like she'd fall over. They just needed a warm body to count people and stand there and hope that the inmates
take accountability.
and hope the inmates don't fucking kill her, you know. For real, dude, there's old guards in there that they're not gonna do anything, and you hope that they've become old in there and became the guards that the inmates know, like, hey, that guard's been here forever, don't fuck with them. You know, but dude, there used to be what's called turnkeys in prison. And what that was the guards gave inmates a set of keys, and the inmates ran the cell block, and the guards sat back and didn't have to do shit. You know, the inmates did all the work. Well, the turnkeys were, of course, clicking together and fucking over. They had the keys. They could fucking open up a dude's cell and let another gang in there and get him. Dude. They can get paid off to let shit go down because they were the ones running the blocks. Well,
sounds terrible idea.
I think it was during the Ruiz stipulations. Ruiz was a guy that was in prison. I don't know how much time he was doing, but I think he'd been in there forever. But he didn't smoke, and he was tired of all the smoking in there, saying he was going to get cancer, I guess, or something. So he wrote all these writs of what was wrong with the prison system and that they need, you know, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And that's when they changed the turnkey thing. They deemed it a violation of civil rights. The guards need to run it. Dude, they pulled cigarettes, and then that dude had to go to protective custody because imagine all the inmates that just loved smoking cigarettes.
Yeah.
That's when they pulled cigarettes from Texas prison. There is no smoking in Texas prisons. Like you see all them.
Wait, how recent was that?
That they were smoking in 91 when I caught this case.
Oh shit.
They were in 92, I think. They were smoking then, but when I went in 95, they weren't smoking. Wow. So they got rid of it sometime in there. Look up Ruiz stipulations. Just RUIZ stipulations.
It's crazy. It's like in the army, you're not allowed to like smoke the privates anymore. Like make them do push-ups. You got to do it with them.
They're Estelle. Yeah, I guess he did that Estelle unit. An inventory of the Ruiz. They ruined our prison. No, go up. Oh well. That one up. Inventory of the Ruiz stipulations. I don't know, but it brought a whole bunch of new laws, and that dude had to go into the federal court prison system because they were gonna kill him. The one that wrote all these writs. Texas prisons it's a real deal, bro. I don't know what prisons are like supposed to be gravy anymore. I guess like some of these small states where there's not a bunch of prisons, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because some of these states,
like a big fucking population.
Like
of
I see, like I watch some of these shows where a motherfucker went in, did a fucking robbery and spree and shot at all these cops and all this stuff, and he got 8 years and 22, fucking, you know, and 13 or 11 months, and you're like, how? That's why I should have done that robbery. Like, fuck, these motherfuckers don't get shit for time for doing crazy shit. 50 most comfortable prisons. I've heard about places. This one dude in the county told me that he was like, if you're on parole in Texas and you have a warrant, they could pick you up in anywhere in Texas, right? So this dude said, man, he goes, I had a warrant. I knew I had broke parole. I quit reporting and all this shit. So they were looking for him. So he goes, I didn't want to get arrested in my county jail because my county jail sucks. So I found out the best county jail in Texas, and I drove over there and turned myself in. And he turned himself in. He goes, man, they fed me. They feed good. He goes, they had Xbox, not Xbox, Ataris or whatever it was at the time. They had personal showers. They had washers and dryers in there, and TVs and all this shit. And they went and since they didn't have a kitchen. They went and bought food at the local Dairy Queen or the McDonald's or some place. And so that's what they got every 3 times a day. They got that. And he was like, yeah. Great, dude. Yeah, dude. I was like, oh, you're a smart idiot.
Some of these look like dorms.
Yeah, dude. Some of these places are old Air Force places converted to jails and shit like that. Oh. Yeah, but don't get me wrong, bro. That place sucks still, dude. I remember just fucking sitting in there looking like, so, dude, in the middle of summer, dude, there's no air conditioner in that motherfucker either.
Jeez.
Yeah, dude. And you're sitting in the cell like that American Me style, just sweating, dude. Oh. Just you and your celly all sweaty, staring at each other. No breeze like that because you're in your cell up against there, and then there's the wall where the windows are at, and there's those windows that open like this. And there's see right there on that one. Go down. See,
I see.
Go down. Where that guy's arm is sticking out? No, on the left. Go to the left. Right? No, right there. Okay, see on the right of the windows. And see deadly heat. Yeah. And you're like just those fans, like you don't feel it. You're in your cell, dude. And if you're up on the 3rd tier, all the heat just rises, dude. And if you're up on the 3rd tier on the top bunk, dude, that mattress is just like a heat pad. It just it's hot. It's just it's plastic. Oh, the mattress has it's those plastic ones like that you got to carry in there, and they fucking you wrap a sheet on there, your sheet will be soaked.
Where you used to hide your cigarettes.
Yeah, where you used to hide, or that or your prison wallet. And you're like, why do your cigarettes taste like shit? Dude,
they're starting to taste like shit.
Yeah, I remember heat sensitive. I remember dudes coming and complaining. Did you get a fucked up dessert today, man? Sign this grievance. We're going to fucking get him to fix those desserts. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
Trying to get the fuck out of here. Yeah, man, not get better fucking desserts.
I know, like you're right, bro. If I could just get better desserts, I wouldn't go home. Home.
Hey, there was like little jerk off barriers in that last picture.
Little jerk off barriers. Yeah, okay, those are the cubicles.
No need for that.
Yeah, dude. Okay, we at Pack 2, we had those at the. We
what?
went at
you lived in those too?
Yes. Yes, at night, you'd see the jotos like crabs creep by across the bottom, the bottom, like, and you'd be like, because skittering. One time, I popped a little crackhead into the fucking. Hey man, I was like, hey man, if you come in here, you're gonna be fucking bouncing the fuck out of here so fucking fast, bitch. Keep on crackheading on by, dude, and they'd quickly on by, dude. Yeah, dude, that was. Actually, I remember, dude, at count time like that, because you got to be in your cubicles in there and fucking, we took acid. And
in prison?
Yeah, and we took liquid LSD. And this dude had got it dripped on a sweet tart, and they snuck it in and visit. Whoever came to visit him, they dripped it on the sweet tart, and they brought it in. And we were at count time, so I'm sitting on my bunk, and you could see everyone. So everyone's just sitting on their bunk, and just everyone's heads right there. And I guess I'd taken like an hour before count time. And then they count time, so everyone has to go in and sit there in their bunk. Yeah. And then I just remember I thought I was there for like 3 days, just looking at people. I was just looking at people's heads, and I thought everyone was facing me. I thought like everyone was just looking at him going, look, he's on acid. Count time. I was counting everyone's head. It was weird, dude. It was cool. That was fun. That one was fun.
I like microdose mushrooms in the subway on my way back from this bar. Queens all the way back home.
You took them at the bar and then went home?
Yeah.
Did you take them? Did you try to get home before they hit you?
It was like a microdose. I just took like a little pinch and only enough to kind of like warm me up. Just feel like, man, this is crazy.
To get you lost?
It felt like I was just like really high and I just kept getting more high.
Shrooms?
Yeah, I mean, it felt like weed, but like more intense and for longer.
Can you smoke shrooms and still get the same effect from them?
Let me look it up.
I don't
I
know.
don't think you could smoke shrooms.
I took acid in jail and I smoked weed in there, but that's it.
I know you
Had
can't.
you smoked before?
I know
Huh?
you can't
When you
inject it.
Smoked it in prison?
I smoked weed in prison.
No,
There-
I'm saying, but had you smoked it before?
Weed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I'd smoked weed probably like in I wasn't a
High
pot
school.
smoker. I smoked it like in 8th grade once, and then I
Yeah.
smoked it. I barely smoked in high school because I realized I didn't like it in 8th grade. So
You-
I didn't. I'd like till after high school. Here and there, barely, because I joined the Navy right away, and then when I
Yeah.
got out, and then I got in trouble, and I still wasn't a pot smoker. I didn't start smoking pot till 10 years ago, and I'm 52 years old.
Oh yeah. I mean, I guess I haven't really been smoking weed for that long either.
Yeah, I wasn't just,
Few years.
and now like, shit, it makes me forget about all my injuries.
You
I didn't
can
have
smoke it. You can smoke mushrooms, but it's not going to do anything to you.
Well, then why would I smoke it?
This one guy injected mushrooms into his blood,
He's stupid.
and he grew
Infection. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
his
fucking
fungus
it's a
started growing
fungus,
his blood.
yes.
Yeah,
Did he die?
no,
He needs to.
he had organ failure though.
Good for him. That's stupid. Like, it's a fungus.
Yeah, started growing in his blood. He didn't even get high from it. So the only way to do it is to eat it, because it's your body that
Breaks it down.
It's your body that breaks it down. But it's like trying to get it out of your system. It's like, get the fuck out of here. It's a poison.
Yeah.
So that's why you trip like that. But it's good for your soul.
I don't know, dude. Shrooms are kind of weird, dude. They I don't know. They're kind of you don't know how strong they are, man, until you've already jumped in the water, you know? And
Yeah.
and
That's why I'd rather just take a little pinch than
Yeah.
find out it was too much like an hour later.
I know, but you almost need to take too much to
No, you're right. I
I know,
have,
because
but
you-
I
you-
have. I took too much one time, and I was like, I don't think I need to see this place again.
Yeah, but you almost need to, because when you try to get there in the little, you don't get there. You know what I mean? Like, because I've had that.
Well, yeah, you're not gonna have that.
trip. Like,
Yeah, that
like when you
crazy
go,
trip,
man, I'm
yeah.
tripping, bro. This is cool. Like, but it's
I
almost
went further than that.
I know, that's what happens,
That's
'cause
the first stop.
exactly, because when you take too much, you go, fuck, dude, I'm tripping, dude, and then you're like, fuck, I want this to go away, dude. It's fucking night. And then when you know, but you were like, fuck, I wish I had known that this is where I needed to back off.
Yeah.
Because when you just take a little bit, you're like, God, I still need to trip a little bit more. It's not there. And then and then it's when you, fuck, I took too much. But you don't, it's hard to find, it's so.
I've done that with
Inconsistent.
edibles too, where it's just like I'll eat half of it. It's like it's been an hour already.
Yeah.
Take the other one.
I don't know, dude. I'm not real big on that. And I got a lot of friends that are smoking wax and moon rocks and dabs and shatter and all that shit. And that's a little bit just too much, dude. I'm not trying to smoke all that shit. And then you got to buy all those gadgets for it and shit, you know?
Yeah, you have to have like this whole like
Mad scientist
meth
kit.
setup.
Yeah, you got a whole Breaking Bad fucking meth lab kit.
I can blowtorch.
Yeah, dude. And those dudes, my buddies are driving around with all that shit in their cars like nothing, you know? And I'm like, I don't need that. I just smoke my little old regular weed. It's something I could eat, bro. Like, if I could just eat the joint, that's it. I'm done. You know, if the cops pull me over. Shout out to
These are
cops. I ain't trying to get
complicated
pulled
right there,
over.
man.
Raul said he don't give a fuck. But those are a good. And
Look at this guy.
I know, dude. I don't
Oh
get
my
that stone.
God, dude.
that's funny, dude. You know, I like
Who
a good
fuck
bong.
is wrong with
A
this
good
dude?
bong hit is better than any of that other shit
You know,
too.
his face looks so normal on the left, and on the right, it's just like Jesus.
Can you hit a bong? Like, do you like bong hits better?
I like that it works faster, but I prefer. I think a pipe is stronger.
Or joints? I know a lot of people that like smoking joints. Like I've been sitting there with people smoking a
I
bong,
feel like I
smoking a
waste too
pipe,
much weed.
and then they go, "Let's roll a joint," and I'm like, "That's weird." Like, and then
Just smoked.
yeah, I know. We just smoked the pipe and the bong, but you like, and some people just like smoking joints.
He smoked a 2.7 gram dab, and that's the face that he made after.
That's not good.
Whoa, because that's a gram of 2.7 of dab, which is like more
99% THC.
Wow.
But that's too much.
I mean, look at homie. Of course,
I
it's
know,
too
yeah.
much.
Like that dude doesn't look cool to hang out with.
He does not look cool at all.
Yeah, dude. I wouldn't be
Oh,
proud
my
of that,
goodness.
dude. I'd be like, oh, that was me. Like that. I mean, even trying to look, that dude, that's Dab Man.
I do feel like with a I got like a little bong, and that's just like when I want to I need to take effect real quick.
Yeah. Yeah. I
'Cause
mean,
it's just I'm just taking in more. But I think something does get lost in the water. That's why like the pipe I think will get you nicer.
look, they're doing dab art. Did you see that, dude? The
Oh,
little
yeah.
bird and all that.
What it is not to have
Oh,
anything good.
That's so cute. And then smoke it. Dude, did you see that story about that guy that was gonna bang that octopus?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it was on Netflix.
This was a real
Guy
one?
going to have sex with octopus. Yeah, on Netflix. There it is. Not extreme child porn. Gay octopus sex. He said it's gay octopus sex.
Really? Because it looked like he's eating him out.
That dude's enjoying it at fucking hotel. But look, that dude, that is fucking.
But that's what it looks like right here. That has a beak at the end of it.
No, look, where is that gay octopus? What the fuck is that, dude? Go, guy, my octopus teacher. That's it, right there. That one on the left, my octopus teacher. See, sexual octopus movie. Told you. Told you that's the same picture from that too. Where you at, Josh? See, yeah, my octopus teacher.
Good.
Yeah, that dude finds an octopus and just randomly out in the ocean, and then they get. I don't want to be a spoiler alert, but
Disturbing.
somebody's getting banged.
Oh.
No.
And it ain't gonna be the octopus.
Yeah, the octopi. But yeah, dude, and then he starts with, and then his wife catches them.
No,
Catches
what?
them.
Yes, and then they come out on Snapped, Octopus Edition.
And the octopus just grabbed the sheet like that.
And then it goes down a little tube. Then it just it got away. So she's pissed.
Jumps out. The octopus jumped out the window.
Yeah, and
with
ran
his
down the
hands in
street.
his hand.
And the car keys. There it
This
is.
guy.
No,
the
he
guy
did not
does
fuck
not
the
fuck
octopus.
it.
See, I told you. I told you that it was.
But it says he does not.
I know, but you don't know what happens behind closed octopus doors. So I don't know.
I mean, we're already talking about it, right? Like, what's the odds that he didn't get a chance to and just never told anybody?
I'm sure he got a handy off of it at least.
I don't know the way it says it. Well, I watched My Octopus Teacher on Netflix, a flawed but moving documentary about a straight man who has a life-changing erotic relationship.
What did I say, dude?
With a female octopus. I cried, then read out loud to my friends the entirety of the essay.
I told you.
Well, what does it matter if he's straight heterosexual male?
I don't
and
know.
it's a female octopus. You know
I
what I
didn't
mean?
throw any of that kind of bestiality in there.
She did. That doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
but
They found
that was
love.
weird, right? That she felt the need to look,
Yeah.
this guy
This straight
usually
white
just
male
fucks chicks.
taking all the octopus.
he can't do it regular now. He's got to attach a fucking arm suit to her. Yeah, look, see, they're into autoerotic octopus asphyxiation.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah! I heard that's what killed Michael Hutchins from
Nasty, bro.
from NXS.
Why?
was an
Because
octopus.
I'm nasty. That's why.
Wait, so the guy didn't fuck the octopus? I told you. You see, y'all thought I was bullshitting, right?
Dick son?
I watched that documentary 4 times last
Waiting
night.
to see if he'd
Hoping to
fuck
see
her.
if you would fuck it the next time?
I masturbated to it the first 2 times.
If I watch it a third time, maybe this time. you'll
Yeah,
fuck
maybe something's gonna happen. I can tell. I don't think the octopus is he
Yes,
made
people
the
are-
movie.
That's the
it.
greatest tweet ever.
Psychotic, dude.
What?
People
This
are
is the greatest.
crazy.
He says, "You know what? I'm a bit miffed at everyone hating. I'm a giant hater normally, but like, let this human enjoy their octopus thoughts. Jesus, as if there's limited space on the hell site.
On this hell site. Why is that the greatest?
I don't get it.
Me neither.
No, just let the human enjoy their octopus thoughts.
Right, but miffed?
Jesus.
What is miffed?
I have no
Hell
idea.
site? What the fuck is that? Stupid bitch. Fucking talk regular, you idiot. You don't talk like that.
That,
Shitty ass flowery language.
yeah, boy, what did that octopus just gave that dude hickeys all over? He's all like, hey, what's that? Tell you been fucking with the octopus again. No, I haven't. He's got hickeys all over his fucking body. That's like a south
What?
sider.
Miff? Past participle of
Miffed.
miffed?
Yeah, it's like being
That
upset.
didn't help at all.
It's just
Miff.
Miff being upset,
The past annoy.
annoyed.
Just say annoyed.
Yeah, dude.
A petty quarrel.
It's a pretty interesting documentary, dude. You should watch it. It's almost like Leonardo DiCaprio getting raped by that bear in
I think he was
He did
mauled.
not
Revenant.
get raped by the bear. I have it in good authority that it was consensual.
The Bears family contacted you. But
Gave him 26 million.
yeah. Damn. Watch out, dude. Watch out. Mark that one down, Josh, and edit that. I don't know if that
That's where we're
associated-
gonna edit it.
No, that's what we're gonna associate this one with
You just
Raul.
made
This will
fun
be
of
Raul's
Native
podcast.
Americans.
This will be Raul's podcast where this happens. Okay. But yeah, that was a.
Don't put that on
watch
me,
that.
Ricky Bobby.
Have you watched the Cecil Hotel?
Yep.
Did you watch it?
Yep.
You know what that is?
I felt like it could have been like 30 minutes long.
Yeah, they drug that thing out.
Yeah,
for-
but it
forever.
was good though. I liked it.
Would you
It
stay
was
there?
Crazy, bizarre. Depends on where I was.
They said that
Like
Jeffrey Dahmer and
psychologically.
Richard Ramirez were both staying there at the same time.
Jeffrey Dahmer and him. Can you imagine if they walked past each other and they were like, "Hey, bro, you know where the bathrooms are?"
Yeah, have you seen the American Horror Story? It's kind of based on that, and they're all staying. Jeffrey Dahmer and all of them, they're all staying at that hotel.
Yeah.
John Wayne Gacy, Richard Ramirez, I think Son of Sam. They're all supposed to be staying there at the hotel. Like they're all just passing through.
And now that they've built it up like that, now there's gonna be some psycho that's gonna be like, "Well, before I kill somebody, I gotta go stay at the hotel first."
Look, there's Cleto.
That guy.
That's when Cleto went to his rocker phase. That's funny, dude. Look, there's Anthony Chavarria right there on the left, right there. Yeah, there's Chavarria. What did he do now?
Wearing like a male stripper.
He's showing his belly button piercing.
Yeah.
What is that? A bullet hole through him when they shot him?
Seesaw, Mexico.
Did you watch the Richard Ramirez Netflix thing?
Yeah, I saw that one too, man. That was fucking crazy.
Hey, dude, that dude
Banana.
didn't give a damn, dude. What cancer killed him, right?
Yeah, it's pretty uneventful, his death.
I know, right? In 2013, right? Was that what it? What that dude
Yeah.
was? That dude was a piece of shit, bro. He would climb in fucking windows and shoot the dude, and then fucking do horrible things to the girl.
He
and then
raped old ladies.
Yeah, I mean, and do horrible things to the women, and sometimes he let them live, and sometimes he didn't. And that dude was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, dude, that shit was fucking foul.
Do you think he goes to hell?
I don't know. It depends on what the curb is, you know, like.
Or do you think he asked for forgiveness on the way out? Well, he was saying hell Satan and shit in court.
I mean, but if he does go to hell, like, wouldn't he just be welcomed? Like,
Yeah,
this
would it
is
be
great.
good for him? Well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
how
it's
does
like
that, how does
basically
that work?
just two different heavens. It's just one
Yeah.
for shitty people and one's for good people.
But does he get to go to hell and like party and kill people all day, and that's where it's badass, or what is it? What do you think hell is for him?
I
Like
think
badass,
he probably.
or he's burning in hell and he fucked up and thought, no, I really didn't
I
want to go
think
to
he
hell.
gets a serrated dildo.
Ooh. And what does he do with it?
Probably enjoys it.
But see,
I mean, it's
What's-
Richard Ramirez.
is that him right there? Is
Look at
that
him.
maybe that's a picture of him that someone drew? Here's Richard in hell. But do you think like they're there in hell going, fuck, we fucked up. We should have gone to heaven.
No, I don't think so. I think it's just like
It was just too bad. He's just there.
I think you're just in a state where you might not even know that it's hell. You're just in constant suffering. You're just like, my existence sucks. I wish I could kill myself, but I can't.
Damn. You think that's what hell's like?
Yeah, just something awful. Like the idea of like having, like the whole thing of like getting tortured by the tap in the head. It's like for it to be hell, it's just got to be like
over
something
and over,
that you can't
redundant.
fucking and it's just driving you insane psychologically. Not it's not just hurting you. It's like it's
a mental
it's
hell.
breaking your fucking mind. Disney's Inferno.
Have you ever watched Hellraiser?
No,
You never watched those Hellraiser?
it looked like a B movie, like
Dude.
awful.
Get fucking baked and watch Hellraiser, dude.
Is it pretty nice?
Dude, it like just watch
I
it.
remember seeing the guy when I was.
You're probably gonna have to watch it like a couple of times because like the first time I watched
Is it hard to follow?
This was the guy that freaked me out.
when you're blazed, like just fucking blazed, it was hard. I didn't know what happened, bro. Like I just remember there was a jelly person like skinning themselves with a razor, like it looked like jelly. They felt like something was crawling all over them, and Pinhead and them would come out and dude. But watch that, all lit, dude. The first one. I don't know how good the second and third one are, really.
You didn't watch them?
I did, but I don't remember them being that good. I think the second one might be okay, but the third one, they kind of just went off the wall.
It was like
Dumb and
money
Dumber.
grab.
But yeah, like look at those hooks just come out of the wall and snagging her face and shit.
God damn, that's brutal.
Like they went deep with this movie, dude. It's pretty. You know what movies are horrible? The Hills Have Eyes.
Oh yeah, that was fucking crazy.
Those
dude.
movies are fucking brutal, dude. The eating the kids and raping motherfuckers and
I know,
shooting them in the heads and then this weirdo.
I remember seeing it, dude, and I was like, "Whoa, what did I just fucking watch?"
I know, dude. I wonder if when he was born, they said he's gonna be an actor when he grows up. Dude, yeah, that movie's brutal. And then the Human Centipede ones. Have you seen those?
No, I've never watched that.
Oh,
shit.
dude,
I
I
don't
went
even
on a
watch that
trip
shit.
where I was watching the most horrible. I started watching all those cartel beheadings.
Those are real though.
I know, but I was watching these movies and then I was
My
like,
dad watches that shit too. I'm like, dude,
Really?
what the fuck are you doing? Your fucking brain.
your dad does that?
Yeah, he likes to watch. Well, I don't know if he likes it, but he's told me about it. Like, I watched one video and it was fucked up. I'm like, how fucked up was it? You watched another one after that?
Dude, they just can keep getting worse, dude. Human Centipede.
Wait, is that a colon? Is that supposed to be a colon to mouth?
Yep.
How can they even show that as the poster
No
from the
shit.
inside of the anal cavity?
Well, you get the photographer. He won an award, I think, for that picture. It's the angle that he had to use. I think they used drones.
I think that's what they use drones.
I think
in
they
his
used
ass.
Open wide.
What is that shit over there? Why the world
That's
needs
the
more human
ass.
centipedes?
That's the centipede. That's why the world needs more human centipedes. That's so stupid.
There's a difference between a human centipede and an ATM.
But have you ever seen that movie Tusk? You know what that's
Mm-mm.
about? Where this dude is trying to capture people just like Human Centipede, and he's got this sick fantasy that he's going to turn a human into a walrus. And like he cuts off their lower legs and gets those bones to stick in their face as tusks and fuses their legs together to make a big flipper. And he's trying to have them as a pet walrus. Look up that movie Tusk.
God damn. That sounds pretty fucked up too.
It's awesome, dude. I think it won Academy Award. Look, see? You turn him into a walrus. That's the Apple guy.
The Apple guy.
From the Apple commercials.
Oh, yeah. Damn, he did that shit?
He's a Tusk now.
And who's that? Is that
That's Castaway.
is that Cranston from
Dude.
Breaking Bad?
Look at that shit, dude. He had to do a few stitches on him. That's crazy. Like, who thought of this movie? Someone on acid, I would think, right? Kevin Smith.
Jesus, dude.
Yeah, that movie's pretty fucking rowdy.
Oh, that is disturbing as fuck. Oh no, I thought it said Tusk 3. I was like, damn, they're already up to 3?
Have you seen is it Hard Candy?
No, but I remember hearing somebody asking me that in high school, and it's supposed to have Marilyn Manson in it.
No.
No, never mind then.
You're just making shit up now. it's that girl right there. What's her name? Ellen Page. She is, I guess, supposed to be like 13 years old here, and that dude right there in the middle, she's in an elevator with. He says he's a photographer or something, and she's like, "Well, I'm only 13." Keeps on, "Come on over, or can I come over? Can I come over?" She's like, "Are you sure? I'm only 13." And he's like, "Yeah, no way." And he shows up with alcohol and his camera and all this stuff, and she's like, "Are you sure? I'm only 13." And he's just like, "Yeah, and next thing you know, he's hitting on her, and she drugs him. And he wakes up like that, and she's like, "Motherfucker, I told you I was only 13." And this is
She was?
it's in the movie. She's 13, motherfucker. I just said it.
Oh, well, I mean, I thought she was one of those people that like go undercover to find pedophiles and shit.
No, she's just fucking. Then she goes medieval on his ass. That's crazy, dude. She goes off and starts doing all kinds of shit to him to teach him a lesson to not be doing that shit.
Good.
Yeah. It's a badass movie, dude. It's crazy. You should check it out. Teach them fucking pedos to stop doing that shit.
Oh, she's shocking him in the tub.
No, she was just washing his shirt. While he's still
the
wearing
way a woman or child should.
the way a child should wash his shirt.
The way a teenage eventual woman will do.
I ran into this dude yesterday who that I know from when we were kids who said he used to go watch us wrestle the geese. He said, "Man, I remember I used to go watch y'all wrestle the geese, dude, and I just couldn't wrestle him because I was too young." So he wishes, boy, the geese was right there just eyeballing you. Man, I wish I could wrestle
Next
that
year, the new
yeah.
crop.
Yeah. One day I'm gonna wrestle.
Never quite made it to varsity.
Yeah. He was like, "I'm gonna get this one, man. I can't wait to wrestle this one." He turns 12. He's gonna be prime wrestling material. Yeah.
God. How many times were you a cute kid, Josh?
That was adorable.
Oh man.
You could go to jail and find out if you still are. Are you doing any shows?
Nah, man, I'm not doing shit except the Blind Tiger every Friday.
Every
But,
Friday? How's that been
yeah.
going? People been showing up?
Oh, it sucked. Fucking piece of shit place.
And
worthless motherfucker.
Are you trying to
Nah.
do shows if someone's trying to book you or not really?
Nah, I'm writing stuff. I have like pretty decent 35 minutes of new stuff that's not,
Okay.
that of the new shit that I want to record one day. But it's not like it's not solid. I still want to like work on this shit in front of little crowds. And
Where are
then
you gonna
in
go
front
work
of,
on it? Why don't you go? Have you done the Biscuit yet?
fuck is that?
Bobby Smith's show.
Alamo Biscuit. Well, I guess everyone's putting on shows there now, huh?
Where at the Alamo?
The Alamo
Draft House?
Biscuit. You don't know what we're talking about.
Mm-mm.
Okay, this is.
No idea.
You know what a biscuit is?
I've heard of it.
Okay. Do you know where the Alamo is?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if you go to the Alamo and you ask for the biscuits.
In the actual Alamo?
In the actual.
As their security guard?
Yeah,
or
just asking it. Just running there yelling biscuits. No, over on Hebner, there's a place called Alamo Biscuit Company, I think.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a restaurant. It's a badass restaurant, dude. And they're putting on shows there, dude.
Oh,
And
yeah.
apparently Josh just did it.
Yeah, it was dope.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
But I'm doing it this Friday with Samantha. Did you do that show with Samantha?
What show?
Weren't you supposed to do a show with Samantha? You were supposed to feature for her.
She asked me if I would open in front of her for doing a headlining set. And I told her, yeah, just let me know.
But didn't she just do it, Josh?
I have no idea.
I thought I saw Samantha post that she had done something. Maybe I'm wrong, but it's Samantha and Rosie Martinez
Mm-hmm.
and
At the Biscuit.
at the Biscuit. And who's Sev Ovalle or I don't know who that is. Some dude. I don't know who it is. I'm so out of the loop. I don't fucking know. But yeah, we're doing that Alamo Biscuit on Friday. And apparently they're getting pretty good crowd. I know I got a bunch of people messaging me saying that they bought tables and all that, and they're gonna go out there and check me out. But I don't know what else they're doing. Do they serve drinks there?
Yeah, it's a full restaurant bar.
It's a full bar. Or they only serve beer.
I know they have beer.
Is it done in the actual restaurant?
Yes, they have a stage, man. They put
What
up
do they
a stage.
close food for, or there's just? I guess my guess is like, do some people just go there to eat and then they're like,
No. This is a show. It's $10 to go in.
You gotta pay to get.
You gotta pay to get in.
So for that time, it's closed off to regular.
Yeah, like people came in to buy like cinnamon rolls and stuff, and they're like, "Sorry, there's a show going on. We're not selling any of that."
Unless you want to buy a ticket and sit down.
Yeah.
But everything's open at 100% now too.
Yeah.
You know, Texas don't give a fuck.
Well, fucking. We're bitches compared to Florida, because was George saying that his cousins came over and they're like, "Why are y'all wearing fucking masks?"
Yeah.
And this was like 3 months into it.
Yeah, Florida don't give a fuck. Yeah. The pork and beans.
And everybody's looking at us like, "Texas, you're out of this fucking world."
Yeah.
They expect that from Florida.
Florida's like, we do this shit all the time, dude.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Florida, they're
Fuck
maniacs.
up elections, fucking.
Yeah.
We do all of it, baby.
Yeah, Florida, they're fucking maniacs over there, dude. The
Hey,
pork
but
and beans
I wonder. Oh, I would like to. I'm curious about the numbers.
of what? Where is right now here?
No, like in comparison to like, let's say a place that locked down forever, like California and Florida. Like,
Yeah. What's the big difference?
they went
in them?
about it two different ways. So I'm curious, like, to how both their infection rates were.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen in Texas after they open us up and for the next 2 weeks. You know what I mean?
I think within the next few weeks, we're gonna start seeing people slowly going like, I'm not wearing my shit.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be real gradual. I don't think it's
Do
gonna
you
be
go
a day.
out?
What?
Do you go out anywhere? Like, do you go
So
eat?
Blind Tiger? Or,
Do you go eat and stuff at restaurants?
we just started like a couple of months ago.
Y'all weren't doing that at all. I go out.
Oh,
I go out
well,
to
my
eat.
girl likes to order the Uber Eats and
That's
that. What is it?
doesn't-
Board? I was gonna say dashboard.
DoorDash.
DoorDash.
But that's them bringing you the food.
Yeah.
I mean, but y'all don't go eat in the restaurant.
No, yeah, no, I do. Yeah.
Now y'all do.
Yeah.
It's weird, right? You go in there.
You
and
just wear. You just gotta wear your mask.
I
and
know.
Then you
I
just
go.
take it off.
I mean,
It's
yeah,
like,
I go out all the time to eat.
So it's almost like it's like
It don't make sense.
it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like, just keep wearing your mask or don't. You know.
That's exactly. We went to that. I went to that place yesterday. It's where Enchilada Warehouse used to be.
Oh yeah.
It's called Lonesome Rose. I went out there and when we walked in, the dude goes, "Hey man, y'all. I mean, could you just like wear your mask if you're walking around like to the restroom or from like to the bar and stuff? But if you got a drink and you're there, I mean, you could take it off to drink. It don't matter." You know, it's so just don't kind of don't cough on anyone while you're walking around.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty much what it is.
I mean, I would imagine that people would still be doing that anyway. But
According to this, it was there'd be 6,000 more. According to LA Times, there'd be 6,000 more people dead in California if they would have done it the way Florida did it.
6,000 is all though
6,000
in a whole year's time.
Yes.
yeah,
Florida.
but how do they know? How do
Florida
they
has
know
a
how many
higher
people
death
would
rate.
have died? That seems like a very stupid.
I
thing
think
to
they're
just
speculating.
conjure up.
They're speculating.
Well,
Because
people
I
are
say
pissed.
7,000. Prove me wrong.
Yeah, I think too. But they're pissed, and people are pissed in fucking California, dude. They're tired of this shit, dude. Like, how are waiters and waitresses and restaurants? How are they even staying alive right now? You know,
They're not.
Are you changing the numbers, Josh?
No, I'm cycling cycling through them.
Are you rigging this?
Are you rigging this election?
to push your
Agenda?
QAnon fucking conservative values?
Yeah, dude. Right now, dude, restaurants are fucking happy as pig and shit. Happier than a punk in a pecker patch.
But have you been to since they have you gone somewhere since they lifted the thing?
Yeah, I
and
went
have you
yesterday.
seen one where are you just not 6 feet away from people anymore?
Dude, I went to go eat at Sea Island the other day, and they have these big circles that says "Please stand here" and respect or social distance or whatever. So me and my girl are standing there on one end of these.
For standing for what? Like in line?
In line
to get in?
Yeah, but they have these spots so you can stay separated from people to stand on while you're in line. And this group or this family of people, I don't think they were from here because they kept saying, "Wow, this place must get busy," and they were saying all this stuff like that, like they were from somewhere else. And they just ran right up on me, and were like, "What are you gonna order?" And just yelling right over my shoulder, no mask on. So I stepped forward a little bit to the next circle, and they walked right up with me.
Yeah.
And we're just right there, and just at the menu, da 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 da. And then so I kind of stood there and let my girl walk up forward, and I just stood there and let them breathe their fucking infected shit all over me. Wow.
So here you go, Raul. This is how it compares number to numbers. 39.1 million population versus 20.6 million population. COVID deaths, 54,000 for California, 31,000 for Florida. Per million, that's 1385 for California and 1538 for Florida. So I guess that's how they got the number of 6,000 more. But Florida ranked higher for some reason, ranked from worst to best. Oh, I guess so. They're 4 worse than.
But look at
California.
look at the unemployment rate. It's only 1% different. Oh, in December and February.
Yeah.
More than anything, this fucking look.
Jobs lost, goddamn. That's a lot of jobs lost. How come Florida only? Oh, because they didn't do anything. Huh? They lost half the number of jobs.
Yeah, but also look how it's much smaller population is. It's almost half the size of California. So if you double
it almost
that,
looks like it makes no fucking difference. Is what I'm looking at.
It almost looks like it didn't do enough of a difference, unless one of those 6,000 that would have died is your family.
it's
member.
whatever
You
your state, the people in your state feel comfortable with. The majority,
and it's not. It's whatever the people that are running the state feel comfortable with.
Yeah, it's
Correct.
whatever they can push at you. You know, and there's no penalty for doing any of the shit that they're telling you to do anyway. Like right now, if you just go in and say, fuck, I'm not wearing a mask, they're just like, okay, I get it.
You're just going to be looked at as
a dick. Yeah, you'll just be a fucking peckerhead, and that's it. But, I mean, I don't even know why they did that. They should have just said, like, I don't know. I mean, I guess
I think the dude says like, "Hey, looking good, guys. Keep it up."
Yeah,
just sit. I think that's eventually how it's gonna go. Anyway, the way we're gonna stop wearing masks is one day we're gonna look around and be like, "Holy shit! You know, there's only like 3 people wearing masks in this fucking basketball court."
Are you gonna get the shot?
Yeah, I'm not gonna go stand in line or wait on the phone for it. I'm gonna wait till everybody's done and they're like, "Hey, there's no line out here, man. If you haven't gotten your shit, get it." I'll be like, "All right, I'll go."
Oh, yeah, that's me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the Johnson & Johnson one, the 1-shot thing or the 2-shot thing, whichever one they got when you go.
I'm gonna the day before I go, I'm gonna get on YouTube and I'm gonna look
see who been fucked up with which one.
Guy seizures from
who has
COVID-19
the biggest tail
vaccine.
grown from the vaccination shot.
Man with ear on forehead.
Yeah, who's
from COVID-19 vaccine?
How many anuses prolapsed? How many buttholes prolapsed due to fucking? Who had a irritated perineum? What is the fucking Skyrizi? What is it?
Skyrenium?
Do you ever take Skyrizi?
No, what the fuck is that?
I don't know, but it sounds like it'll fuck you up. It's one of those commercials that they keep showing me.
I'm trying to. What time is it, dude? I gotta go.
We gotta go.
Gotta go eat.
What are we doing?
Yeah, we're good.
We're good.
42.
All right.
Oh, really? Hour 42.
Damn. Yeah. All right, people. Well, thanks for coming out. This podcast has been brought to you by Brother Earl's. Brother Earl, we're the best beef jerky.
Your cup is blocking it.
Oh. Brother Earl, we're the best beef jerky made in Texas. This is good stuff, people. And also brought to you by, where's the menu at?
I don't know.
By,
what menu?
We got a menu from Las Chiladas Mexican restaurant, man. Patrick's restaurant, dude.
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, Patrick's fucking got it. Look, Las Chiladas right now, if you go to Las Chiladas, and since it's the Easter, what's coming up? Lent. We're in Lent right now, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they have a good seafood menu, man. They got shrimp ranchero. That's those shrimp that ride around on little horses, and you got to yes. They got the fish taco plate and shrimp taco plate, and the tilapia plate, the tilapia and shrimp combo plate. You don't know nothing about that.
Listening.
A shrimp plate and a catfish platter. Dude, this dude's got a full menu, man. This dude's got some good shit. If you haven't been to Las Chiladas, man, it's a really good place. Patrick is a cool guy. They got the Cleto stage there now.
So, I remember
so you can't get in there and get
I've
some
done a
live
show there.
Yeah, we have done a show there.
Yeah.
But yeah, get on out there, see Patrick. Great sponsor to our show. He's a great guy. Has great food. Check him out. Lent specials on Friday. And Brother O's Beef Jerky. Peace out.
Boom.